Let's go ahead and start with problem number 5 from section 5.3. We're supposed to convert the improper fraction to a mixed number, negative 13 over 4. Now we know the answer is a negative because we have a negative in front, so we can just take 13 divided by 4. 4 goes into 13 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12, and then the remainder is 1. So that remainder goes over the divisor, the denominator. So our answer is 3 1/4. Okay? Oh, sorry. Be careful because, right, it was a negative, right? I said we know it's a negative. So it'll be a negative 3 1/4. Okay? So there's our answer. Negative 3 1/4. Again, we choose that, the mixed number, to input it into, from the menu bar, to input it correctly into MyMathLab. And, sorry, problem number 5, again, on the calculator, you can do negative 13 divided by 4. And then negative 3.25, and then remember, get rid of the negative, so we know the whole number is negative 3, so add 3 to get rid of the 3, and then go ahead and do math fraction. Now again, we know the whole answer is negative 3 1/4, so we can just go ahead, and the whole number was 3, and then the fraction is 1/4, so negative 3 1/4. Or remember, you can go to, on your TI-84 Math Alpha F1, we're going to input a fraction. So that's function number 1. We're going to put in negative 13. You can put in the negative number in the numerator. Actually, you can put it in the denominator too, 4. We got the fraction inputted. Then we go back to Alpha F1, the fraction, and then we're going to switch. We want to get it to a mixed number. So we're going to go to function number 3, highlight it, go down to the down arrow, highlight it, hit enter, and then hit enter a second time, and there's your mixed number, negative 3 1/4. Okay, write 9/10 as a decimal. Well, this is pretty simple because we can simply, to go to a decimal, simply do the division. So you can simply use your calculator. Just now, remember, it's the numerator first divided by the denominator. So it's 9 divided by 10, not the other way around. Hit enter, and we get 0.9. So you can either put 0.9 or 0.9, either one. MyMathLab will accept as correct. All right, define a decimal, this representation of 2/3. All right, numerator divided by denominator, and you get 0.66666. Now, what happens on the calculator, the last number, if you notice, is a 7, okay? But it rounded it off, so really, it's really 6666666, and it keeps on going forever. Now, to indicate it's going on forever, it's a repeating decimal, okay? It repeats. To indicate it's repeating, we put a bar over the fraction part. So again, there's nothing here, there's no whole number, it's not 2 2/3, so this isn't correct. This would be what? 0.6, the repeating, you just write it once. So it's 0.6 with a bar. This would be the right answer. 0.6 means it terminates. That means 0.6 is 0, 0, 0, 0, and so on. But it continues forever. And this one is not correct because it's got a 6 as a whole number. So the correct answer must be B. If we do another problem, 6 over 11, I'm just going to do another one for number 7 for more practice. 6 divided by 11, and we get 0.5454545. The last 5 is rounded off. So what? The 54 repeats, and there's nothing in front of it, so it's 0.54 with a bar over the 54 to indicate it repeats. So D is the correct answer. Express the terminating decimal as a quotient of integers. If possible, reduce the lowest terms. Okay, now 0.79 is 2 decimal places, correct? So that's the first decimal is a tenths, the second is 100. So 0.79 would be 79 over 100. Now remember, you can go ahead and put that into your calculator and it will reduce it for you. Okay? So we can go ahead, you can just do the division, right? You can go ahead again, 2 decimal places means over 100, so that's 79 divided by 100, and we get our answer, 0.79. Then we go to the math key, fraction, hit enter, then you get 79 over 100. It doesn't reduce. 79 is a prime number, so it doesn't reduce. Okay, 0.25. Again, it's hundredths, right? So it's 25. 0.25 is hundredths. So as a fraction, you can just, again, if you're doing it on, you can just do 25 divided by 100, and then math, reduce to lowest terms, and we get 1/4. So our answer is 1/4. Now again, on the calculator, you can simply put in a decimal, right? You don't have to go ahead and do it. You can just put 0.25 as a decimal, hit enter, hit math key, and then hit enter to highlight to get fraction, hit enter again, and there it is, 1/4. Okay? So again, if we do a similar exercise, same one. Well, again, you can simply put in the decimal, 0.25, go to math, and then hit enter twice, get fraction, and then it gives you your answer, which we already did before, is 1/4. Okay, now we can go ahead and do computations with fractions on the calculator. Okay, so now what we can do is, if you want to make it look like fractions, we can go ahead and use the fraction key. All right, so if you want to, you'd put in the left paren, and then go ahead and hit alpha F1, and we're going to put in a fraction, number 1, which is a -1 over 17. Okay, we're going to get out of the denominator. Then we're going to use a right paren, and then it's automatically going to multiply. Same way on the calculator, so we can use a left paren, alpha F1. We're going to enter a fraction again, 8. Denominator is 13. Put in a right paren and hit enter, and we get a -8 over 221. Nothing reduces. -8 divided by 221, and that's our correct answer. Okay, now again, you could have simply done -1 divided by 17 in parentheses times 8 divided by 13 in parentheses. There's your decimal, and then go to math key, hit enter, and there's our fraction, -8 over 221. So when it's simple fraction, it's usually faster to put it in just with the fraction key, with as a division instead of going to the fraction function. Now paper and pencil, you've got the product of the numerators over the product of the denominators. You can cancel if you want, but nothing cancels. So -1 times 8 is a -8, and 17 times 13 is 221. So product of the numerators over product of the denominators, and you get your correct answer. All right, number 11. Let's do that pencil and paper. So we're going to go ahead and do a negative 5 over 7 times a negative 21 over 10. Now, before you multiply the numerators and denominators, you can reduce. So 5 and the 10, any numerator with any denominator can reduce. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 10 twice, 7 goes into 7 once, 7 goes into 21 3 times. So now again, a negative times a negative, we know our answer is going to be positive. What's left? What remains in the numerator? 1 times 3, which is 3. What remains in the denominator? 1 times 2, which is 2. So our answer is a positive 3 over 2. Okay? Positive 3 over 2. Let's go ahead and put that in to verify we're correct. All right, and on the calculator, okay, you can just go ahead and do division if you want, right? You can do a negative 5 to represent a fraction divided by 7. There's our first fraction, all right, in parentheses, and then it's automatically going to multiply, so you don't have to put the times, the multiplication symbol. And then the second fraction is a negative 21 divided by 10, and then you need your right paren, and then we're going to go ahead and hit enter 1.5. So then go to math, fraction, and again, there's our answer, 3 over 2. Okay, and if you got 1 1/2, then remember, you would just, if it was 1.5, you would subtract the 1, so you know the whole part is 1, and then the decimal for 0.5 is 1/2, so you know your answer would be 1 1/2 if you had to put it in as a mixed number. But in this case, usually if they don't say anything, they just want it as a improper fraction. Okay, we're going to stop this session. If you have any questions, send me an email at tswierz, tswierz @hodges.edu, or call me at 239-938-7805. Thank you.